LT Trucker coming back with another video. Today, this will be an interesting video, and I don't normally do this, and I just want to get a little something off my chest. Right now, I'm at home and chilling with my family. So anyway, before I even get into the video, for all my new subscribers, thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel. Appreciate you. I normally don't do this, because, before I even say anything, I appreciate any advice that anybody give me, I really do. I appreciate every advice that someone can give me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person that like bad criticism. I'm not that type of person. I know the phone's shaking. I'm driving when I don't have my phone out, but I take criticism, and it don't bother me. But I just had to address this because I don't want people to get the wrong idea of what I got going on. So I got this subscriber that's, comment on one of my videos, and he was explaining about the lows at JB Hunt. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm not speaking bad on JB Hunt. Not one time anybody said, if you watch any one of my videos, I did not speak nowhere near bad on JB Hunt. I worked for JB Hunt as a company driver for a while. I worked with him at least 3 times. The first time I was with him as a company driver, I can't remember what happened on that end. I think me and my DM got into it, and I tried to switch DMs, and they wouldn't let me get another DM, or it was just a bunch of chaos. And the second time, it was a family reason. But this time, I was with them for a little while, and I happened to get my own truck. So I told myself, like, why would I continue to keep being a company driver when I can go buy my own truck? So that's what I did. I didn't leave JB Hunt as a company driver because it was a bad idea. And I didn't speak bad on JB Hunt and say JB Hunt was a bad company. I know the market is bad. I really do. But I just got to get this off my chest. Now, I'm speaking to the subscriber that commented on my video. I appreciate your advice, but everybody's situation is different. They do have lows running in the Northeast. I don't have a problem running in the Northeast. When I first started with JB Hunt as an owner operator, I ran a load to Virginia. If you watch one of my videos, you go back and you will see that I ran a load with JB Hunt going to Virginia. I don't have a problem doing the Northeast, but the whole purpose of me going with JB Hunt is because I was already with JB Hunt. I had other opportunities that I could have went with, but I turned them down just because I just want to stay with JB Hunt. Now, on the load situation, there are lows on the load board, but everything in the Northeast. True enough, I have to get out of my comfort zone and go up to the Northeast. But like I told you, everybody's situation is different. I see that your truck is brand new. You got a brand new, well, I ain't gonna say you got a brand new truck, so I'm pretty much sure you got a truck with SFI. So those trucks are fairly decent running trucks. So my truck, if you watch my videos, you know that my truck have some issues. You know what I'm saying, that I have to get taken care of. I'm not gonna go out to the Northeast, you know, and I knew that, you know, by becoming the owner operator, you know, I gotta make sure everything is in order, because it costs money to run this business. And I really appreciate your advice. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, I really appreciate your advice. But the thing is, the reason why I run the Southeast is because that's the whole sole purpose of me even coming as an owner operator. Now, if I had a newer truck that don't burn a lot of fuel, that don't have oil leaks on the side of your engine, that needs an intercooler, so I can have more power to pull hills, I would consider the Northeast, you know. But then you got to look at some of the loads that they have. A lot of loads that they have, you know, in my area, it's not worth going from, like for example, they had a load going from Georgia to Virginia. It was only paying $1,400. $1,400, and that's before JB Hunt take their 35%. So when JB Hunt take their 35%, then you will see the fuel surcharge. It was only like $200 something, you know. And to me, it's like the way my truck runs, it pulls a lot of fuel, you know. And until my truck can get officially 100% road ready, it's road ready, but it has some kinks in it that I gotta work out. And also the lows, I maybe like you said, maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but as far as what I see coming out of my area, Georgia, you know, there's no lows that I see. You know, I see they got lows going to California, $3,000. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no $3,000 loads going up in the Northeast. The highest one I seen was like 21, 26, 26, and that's before JB Hunt take their 35%. So you tell me. But anyway, I'm finna go in here real quick, and we're gonna finish this conversation once I come out of this place. We're back, man. We're back. I forgot what we was talking about. Oh yeah, that's the Striber. Well, right now, only thing I can really look at for me to be comfortable, if you say the lows are pretty decent, which I don't see it, you know. Maybe you see something that I don't see, because every time I try to book a load, it's everything going to Northeast, and I understand the Northeast, I got to get out of my comfort zone. But like I told you, I'm not really explaining myself. I'm just trying to tell my side of the story, you know. I've been driving trucks for 11 years. I done drove everywhere across this United States as a company driver. So I have the perfect opportunity to be home a lot more. You know, not saying no shade on JB Hunt's part at all. JB Hunt doing their job, what any business would do. But for my business, it's just not working for me. because the other company that I was looking at, way more load boards than just JB Hunt's freight. JB Hunt just got their freight. JB Hunt just got their freight. And their freight only. It's a lot of traffic. Like I said, if you want to chop it up and have a discussion about JB Hunt, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. I mean, maybe you could tell me something that I don't know. You know, but as far as what I see, everything in the Northeast. And like I said, I don't have a problem doing the Northeast. The Northeast is no problem. But the majority of the loads that I see is going to the Northeast. It's not worth going up there. It's not paying enough for my truck. I don't know about your truck. Your truck that I can see seems like a brand new truck. You got a newer truck and it's pretty good on gas. I have some issues with my truck that I got to get taken care of. My truck burns a lot more fuel than yours. I have an oil leak that's on the side of my engine, which, like I said, I got to get that taken care of before I can even do anything. But for now, I got to do what I got to do until I can get my bag up. Yes, I have been making a lot of stupid decisions by picking these certain type of loads, like that Texas load you was talking about. Of course, that was the worst decision I have ever made. I would never do that again. The only reason why I did that because the first week when I was out with JB Hunt, I went out to Virginia, then I picked up a load out of West Virginia and brought that back to Georgia. Which it wasn't a bad paycheck because it came out to be $1,500. You know, that's more than what I ever made with JB Hunt as a company driver. So, not bad. But when I got back from doing that load, I got sick. I got really sick. I think I had, you know what? I don't want to say it on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. I lost my sense of smell, and I was running a fever and cold chills. I was out of work for about at least a week and a half. So I was out of work. So when I did come back to work, I couldn't find nothing but that Texas load. So I picked up that Texas load hoping that I was gonna get something better coming out of there. Now, that's my fault for because I remember one of the subscribers that said that what they do is they pick loads a week in advance, which ain't a bad thing to do. You know, it would have helped a lot if I would have known that. But I'm new to being an owner-operator. This is my first time being an actual owner-operator where I own my own equipment. A lease purchase is a little bit different. You know, you're making payments on your truck every week, and they picking your loads for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different for me. So it's a little different. People don't know how to drive, man. Anyway, like I said, I don't mind going to the Northeast. I know the Northeast seem to have a little bit more pay, but it don't make sense with what I got going on, because I have an older truck. You have a newer truck. Your truck don't burn as much fuel. I have an intercooler that I gotta get fixed. That runs, if you know what an intercooler is, it's something that runs from your turbo that causes you to lose power on the slightest hill. If you got 19,000 pounds. If you even watch my video, you seen what I was saying. Even if you got 19,000 pounds, pulling a slice hill, you're gonna lose power. So when I came into this owner-operator thing, I put all my eggs in one basket. Something I should have never did. But being a newbie and not knowing, you know, I was so excited to have my own truck. I jumped out there. And now, I am hurting my company. My company is hurting because of the mistakes that I made. Yeah, I accept the responsibilities of what I did. And nobody else do it. JB Hunt didn't do it. I did it. So, but at the end of the day, it don't take a rocket scientist to see that there's no Lowe's coming out of Georgia that's paying worth going up to the Northeast. I'm just being real. And I know the market is bad, and it's just gonna take a while to get back to a better level. But right now, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, I definitely gotta do what I gotta do. I have made a lot of bad decisions as an owner-operator. This has been a learning experience for me as an owner-operator. You know, I never had to deal with a lot of these issues as a company driver. You know, they always pick my freight. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody that started doing something that they never done before, it always gonna be some bumps in the road. You know, you ain't just gonna start something and be a master at it. But at the same time, God gave you common sense and realize, why would you waste your time to even go out there? Now, when I was in orientation, they had people in my orientation, they had newer trucks, and they, what's that, SFI? And they said their trucks was getting 7 or 8 miles to the gallon. That's good. You know how much my truck get? 5.5 miles to the gallon. So my truck pulls a lot, and plus with the issue that I'm having, it drinks a lot more fuel. So it don't make sense for me to even go out to the Northeast if it's not paying enough. You know, it's just a waste of my time. You know, right now I'm in the process of leaving JB Hunt. Like I said, I don't have no bad blood with JB Hunt. No bad blood. I think JB Hunt is a good company. You know, but as far as the owner-operator side, it's just not paying enough for me. Just not paying enough. You know, and I can't survive, you know, like that. You know, going up to the Northeast. But I am in the process of getting my truck fixed. I gotta go put it in the shop. I got some issues that I gotta get fixed on it, so things might change. Who knows? I don't know. Never know what the future might bring. But right now, Northeast is out of the question. And the company that I'm looking to go on with, you work with the brokers. You know, you negotiate your freight. And not only that, you can work on all the load boards. They even told me I still can work on JB Hunt's load board. I still can pull freight off of JB Hunt's load board. So that's good. I can work on their freight, on JB Hunt freight, and plenty more freights out there. So I'm pretty much sure there's more freight out there. I'm gonna be honest with you. What I believe is JB Hunt have freight, but a lot of that freight, they give it to the company driver. You know, they just give the owner-operators what's left over. Not saying that's a bad thing, but that's just my opinion. So there you have it. You know, I appreciate you commenting on my video, you know, and I really do. You know, I take criticism very well. I mean, it don't bother me if anybody, not saying that you even said anything negative about the situation. This is your opinion, this is mine. But everybody's situation is different. You know, if I would have took that money that I bought my truck for and went and put, because CFI offered me a truck for 15 grand down, which I don't understand why. Everybody else is paying $700-800 down, but you gotta understand my credit ain't that great at this moment. So I don't know why they were trying, but I'm glad I didn't do that because I didn't want to make a truck payment every week. That's not why. I could have just went with a leasing company and did that, you know. But it is what it is, man. But anyway, I just want to come on here and comment on that video that you spoke on, and to let everybody know my side of the story, so we can get a clear head of what's going on. I don't know, y'all, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and y'all continue to watch my next video, because my next video I will be leaving out on Monday and don't know where I'm going. So I'm finna go in here now and look for me something for next week. So y'all stay tuned, man. It's your boy T Trucker, man. I'm out. Peace.